Yo, mic test. Yo, whoa. Yo. What's happening? We are live in the new gaff, in the new setup. This is the first trading session that I will be doing since moving in. And I really am expecting shorts today, honestly. I think shorts make more sense. And I might not have a chance to get on it because it looks like we're getting a bit of a sell-off already pre-market. Broken this value area low, and we're getting some crazy volume coming in already. Buyers are stepping in pretty quickly. I'm gonna wait as always to let the open play out because I don't trade the first 10 minutes because it's just hectic as the. How's everyone doing? What's going on? How's the weekend been for people? My weekend was mostly hiking and not much else really. Moving house and building furniture. I got my new gaming chair, so we are nice and comfy for the session. I need to get a webcam because this is my laptop currently and the angle is just not right. Like I'm looking at my laptop now, but my charts are over here and over here. I now have 3 screens, which is fucking belting, honestly. I've missed having 3 screens. I've been trying to like switch between my 5-minute chart, top step for execution, my 1-minute charts, and it's just a bit hectic. So we got another 45 seconds and New York Open will be in play. And yeah, we're just going to see what happens. I have marked out this little red area here. So you can actually see it on both charts. So this is the value area high that's been rejected for the previous 3 sessions. Now, if you look at these sessions, they're sort of overlapping. So if I do A 1 and a 2. You can see the previous session, so Friday's session, rejected off of the POC and pushed further down. So we're building lower value here. So I expect probably one of two things. I suspect we're probably going to move down, or we have another choppy session that just sits in this range, somewhere between this red box and this purple line, basically. So that's my thoughts for today. But the sellers are heavy on it right now. Oh, there you go. There's New York Open. Damn, son. Yeah, big sellers stepping in here. Massive volume coming in, as you can see. Can you see the CVD? Let me switch my screens over. So the CVD you can see is pretty heavy on the sell side here. And you can see we've got big sellers stepping in at the top here. Now, I'm not really going to pay too much attention to that right now because it's New York Open. And if you know anything about New York Open, you'll know that it goes a little bit crazy for the first 10 or 15 minutes. So that is why I tend to just sit back and wait, basically. Sit back and enjoy the show. Yeah, right now we are breaking the value area low of this segment. So next targets, possibly the low. I think that's Friday's session. So yeah, pretty much where we ended the session on Friday could be a target. Oh damn, look at this. See, that's crazy. If you'd have got in on the initial push from the sellers there, you would be wrecked. Spent a lot of time this weekend actually watching Fabio Valentini's master course again. Basically just as a little refresher. And I'm focusing now on really spotting absorption using CVD and big trades. So not just absorption, but also exhaustion. So when a move is pushing, and it just runs out of steam. So you'll see the CVD tends to increase, but the price basically doesn't go anywhere. Buyers coming in pretty hard here. So this is actually probably a good example. You've got big sellers at the bottom here getting absolutely nowhere, followed by an aggressive bullish candle. So that there basically is absorption. Right on this level here. I've got a massive headache today from training Muay Thai. So I just got back like maybe an hour ago, grabbed some food and basically got ready for the session. Got myself a nice little Sprite, lemon, lime and mint. Very, very refreshing little drink. Very gassy though. Find myself burping a lot when I drink it. So you'll have to excuse me. Been pretty bullish all morning, but I was actually watching the charts, basically Asia session because I live in Thailand. So I was actually in my Thai class, but I was doing it from home. So I was watching the charts and I was pretty much calling most of the moves. So we're coming back into the point of control here for this sort of 1 minute range. Again, not really interested at this point. I am waiting patiently for things to happen, which is basically the game of trading in a nutshell. If you don't wait, then you probably aren't going to get very far. Oh my god, I got the hiccups now as well. Yeah, this morning has been pretty bullish, but yeah, like I say, looking for a rejection from this area being the red box. A lot of delta coming in here from the buyers, lots of aggression, pretty heavy on the CVD. Speed of tape looked pretty high there for a moment. So you could potentially play this as a bit of a momentum setup. So if the buyers manage to stay in control here, effort's looking like the buyers are pretty steady here. I have had to change all of my settings because I got a new screen. So if OBS looks a bit funky, you'll have to let me know, because I can't watch 10 screens at once, unfortunately. As nice as it would be. Okay, so this is starting to look a bit like a rejection. Got heavy sellers coming in. Speed of tape's increasing. Buyers getting absorbed at the top here. So with that, oh, and you've got sellbacks there as well. So you could play a little like 2R like that maybe. So I'm not in this trade, but I'm just putting it there as an example. As a little example, I think you would have missed this anyway, to be honest. Something like that. Down to these big buyers here, because we could quite easily, and I suspect we will, bounce off this area, although not a massive amount of buyers in that area. But there you go, that would have been a nice quick trade if you'd have taken that one. Sellers coming in pretty heavy here. So now we're back at this area where the buyers were coming in. Buyers are stepping in again. Are they going to get any result? Speed of tape's high. There you go. Gonna buy box here as well. Seller's very aggressive. Seller's stepping in again. Can they take over from these buyers? Yeah, looks like it. Buy box coming in though. Really like it to get to the higher area, honestly. It just gives me a bit more conviction in a short, but why is going to hold this level? Let's see where this candle closes. What is it? 20 seconds. If they do hold it, you could maybe look for something like that. Little 2R number. Lots of buy aggression here, but the candle's bearish, so I don't think the buyers will hold this unless we get another push of volume from the buyers. But it looks like the effort from the buyers is drying out a little bit. Now I'm going to be playing very, very conservatively this session, because I only have a very small amount of drawdown left on one of my fundeds, because I sort of fucked it on Friday. On Friday? No, last Friday it was. See, there you go, they've managed to push through. So we're almost 10 minutes into the session now. I will be waiting a little bit longer before doing anything really. Let's have a look and see what the profile looks like on our effort chart. Looks like buyers did step in on that level. Starting to see some aggression now. So this looks like a bit of a lack of participation from the sellers. So there's not really much selling coming in. Let's do all would be something like that. Nothing's super clear for me right now, so I am just sitting back. But I think this will probably play out. Buyers look to be in control around this area. Sellers absorbed here. Buyers coming in aggressively. High volume from the buyers. I think this will probably play out. And it's also, you'll notice, a bounce off the value area low. Would probably been a nice little setup that actually. See if it runs. I got no idea what's coming on the playlist, by the way. It's a new lo-fi playlist. I keep seeming to get copyright strikes, even though I'm playing lo-fi music on my lives, but I've not been banned yet, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah, I think this probably would have been a nice little trade actually. We are at the POC of this area though, so I'd be break even by now. Just watching my 5-minute profile to see if we get a break above the range that I'm currently watching. Let me bring that on. Show the bars. There we go. Wasn't a whole lot of participation in the. Oh, actually, I'm on the bloody hourly chart. That's not what I want. Although it's pretty much the same as the 5-minute range that I'm watching, so it doesn't really make much odds, honestly. I'm gonna bring that forward a bit, see where the most local range really is. Okay, so it looks like we've got some big sellers sitting at the top here. So if we break that area with some volume, we might get a bit of a squeeze. I don't want to take longs right now though, because as I said before, I am expecting shorts, honestly. So it's very possible for a rejection at this area. This is where it was rejected previously. If I bang my fixed ranged, come on boy, there we go. So if we manage to take out this range, I think that we could go pretty high pretty quickly, but I think we're going to get rejected here. But let's see. There is good volume coming in from the buyers at the minute. If I was going to take this though, I'd want to see a bit of a push up for getting in line with it. And I would probably, oh no, it stops in the right place there. I think sellers are going to step in here. So we've hit that area with the high delta from the previous attempt to push. But this is what I was saying about a lack of participation. So we've had these candles here. Price is trying to push up, but we're just not getting the volume through. Okay, now we are. Okay, so starting to get a breakout of this area. I think we could get a squeeze here. I'd want to see something like that. test of this area. Good volume coming in from the buyers, very high speed of tape. So this actually looks like a pretty good trade, honestly, but okay, we've just formed our opening range as well, so I'm gonna mark that out now. So this is looking like a break of the opening range as well. Should have taken this trade. It's quite a nice squeeze actually. Really nice volume came in. Very high speed of tape. You would have had to have been super quick with it though. But I wouldn't personally take this because of where we are in the range and what I'm expecting. What I'm thinking. If I move over to my 5-minute chart, is a rejection from this red box. So this is where I would take an entry if I was looking for longs. If we see some absorption here. You could even just target the high of that candle for 3.5 hours. But I think it's very heavy sell volume coming in. Look how much we've just tapped into that box. Delete that line there. So currently we're just rejecting the point of, the value, not the value area high, can't speak, too focused. We are rejecting the opening range high. Had a lot of sell volume come in. What's the volume looking like on 5-minute? We are getting pretty good volume. Delta's not really giving me any massive indication for using control. So I'm looking at delta percentage as well as the overall volume. Buy stepped in nicely here. Yeah, that was that candle. Some big. Let's have a look and see. 230 cons. It's pretty beefy order. Okay, so still seeing some rejection from this level. That is looking more appealing to me, honestly. So what have we got? High delta from sellers. Big candle, but not a massive amount of buy participation. I feel like this fails from here, honestly. Is my suspicion, but I could be wrong. Could just be a failed breakout. Well, I'm just going to be patient with it. Let me switch back to my main so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to flip onto my Top Step account so I can get prepared to enter a trade if I am going to get in one. And I'm just going to look something like that. Seller stepping in aggressively here. I do actually kind of like this setup, honestly, but I don't think I don't think I'm going to be able to get on it purely because of the allowance of drawdown I have left. Yeah, see, it's already ran. So this is a failed breakout, basically. High buy delta, big sellers coming in, sellers absorbed, buyers absorbed. No real implication there. Sellers come in again and take control. So this is exactly what I was expecting. This is exactly what I called out earlier. Let's see if it holds, though, is the question. So this area might be a good area for a short. Basically what I've got on screen here is what I'm considering right now. Buyers coming in trying to take over again. But not a massive amount of buy volume coming in, as you can see from the CBD. So I think these guys up here are going to get absorbed. Could get a big spike and just run for the hills, but let's see how it plays out. Just adjusting the range that I'm looking at. If we break through this, I think we will push pretty high pretty quickly. But again, my target is like my upside target is not that far away, so I don't want to get on side with it for a tiny bit of profit. Buyers are coming back in with some volume now. Okay, that looks pretty nice in terms of buying. So we're sort of punching the wall here. There's obviously some level of liquidity up here. We know there's big sellers here because we've had rejections from this area multiple times in the past week or so. Which is why I'm not super keen to get in on it right now. Like if I was to get in on a long here, like it could just get wrecked very quickly. See buyers, price is going up, but the volume is dying out. So we've got a lack of participation. Yeah. Buyers keep trying to push, keep trying to push. It's not to say they won't get through, but let's see how they go. More aggressive buying. Buyers really trying to push this higher. So what I'd look for now to get in on a short is aggression from the sellers, like we're starting to see now. Because these guys, if these are all in longs, if these have all just put big longs on, and we suddenly start falling, they're going to have to close those positions pretty sharpish. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Still getting some buy boxes popping up though. We are at the value area high. We're looking to come back down into the POC now. Okay, big push from the sellers there. I would have liked to actually get on that, honestly. But it's run too far for me now. Yeah, we had lots of buyers come in from the top, but it just didn't really get anywhere. So this is, oh yeah, look at it, it's gonna run now. That's annoying. I was literally hovering over the sell button, ready to press it, and yeah, it just ran too quickly for me. But that's fine. A good read of what was going on, I think. Here's the aggression from the sellers. We're now starting to break the value area low as well. This could make a nice setup actually. So what I'd want to see now is a test somewhere like this. And normally what happens if we break the value area, the opening range low, we will tend to go for one of these two levels. So I call this the orb 75. Through my back testing, it's one of the most, oh god, that sprite's really kicking in. One of the most predictable levels. I literally called the top of this move. Okay, let's see if we get a bit of a retrace and then some aggression from the buyers. But this is looking like a pretty good setup. Looking like a bit of a breakout. And in terms of the 5 minute as well, it's looking pretty good for it's looking pretty good for a breakout. So now I am seeing what I want to see. I'm seeing what I expected. We're at the value area low of the 5 minute here, so I'm going to give it some chance to decide what it wants to do on this area. We're also touching VWAP. Got a lot of sell boxes coming in though, so okay. I think I'm gonna take a stab short there.
Order filled.
My stop's gonna be much fucking higher than I wanted it, honestly. 29378. Okay, so I am in this trade now. Yeah, and heavy selling coming in. Buyers are trying to push. See how far we can ride this. I want to see some more aggression from the sellers coming in here. You'd have some buyers at this level before, so there's a chance they are going to step back in here like that. I want to see them get absorbed ideally. Okay, we're getting aggressive buys coming in now. Buyers getting pretty aggressive here. I might have to take this position off. Not an ideal close on that candle. Okay, now we're starting to push a little bit. I want to see sellers aggressive here. Okay, we're getting some sell boxes coming in on the NQ chart. I think I'm going to take this off, honestly. I'm going to see what happens to these buyers when they step in. Buyers at the top of the candle, so high volume, but not really closing above. Very heavy selling coming in now. I want to see the volume increase. I want to see us start to push, basically at break even right now. Very high volume coming in. There's the aggression. That's what I want to see. So what other levels can we target? So we have our level at 377. We also have 318. 320 would be nice. Okay, a very aggressive seller's coming in here. I want to see us start to get some results. Wow, that's a very aggressive move from the buyers. I'm going to be very careful here because this is the opening range low as well, which could reject quite quickly. Yeah, buyers are coming in very aggressively. I think I want to move my stops to here, basically. 642, just above. Basically where I wanted in initially, which is kind of unfortunate. Unfortunate that I got such a bad entry. I want to see this 1 minute candle close bearish. Very aggressive buying coming in. Lots of volume. Lots of volume, but price is starting to move down, which means it looks like it's a little bit of absorption. So we've just tapped the value, the point of control of this sort of range here. See if we can break this opening range. If we break the opening range, it looks good for a push. It's just how we're going to get it. How's the volume looking? Volume is increasing, so let's see how we go. We're not out of the woods yet, though. It's pretty stagnant in terms of the volume and who's winning. I want to see more aggression from the sellers, really. I want to see us close below. Okay. We get an absorption on both sides, which isn't ideal. Running very, very small profit right now. Might have to close this for a break even. I'm going to trail my stops very, very closely because I think we might get stopped on this one. Buyers are just seemingly stepping in now at this open range low level. I want to see it close below this. Every time we test these buyers, we're seeing a little bit of a kickback. Buy box came in there. Aggression from the sellers. I want to see more volume from the sellers. We're seeing high speed of tape, which means there's a lot of orders coming in, but not a massive amount of delta. So there's not as many sell contracts coming in to push the market lower. I want to see us break the value area low of the effort side of things. Sellers coming in aggressively here. All right, let's see it close below the opening range. It's got a nice big Barney candle. Big old Barney the dinosaur candle. We got what, 2 seconds for a close beneath, and then hopefully we'll see a bit of momentum from here. There's the aggression from the sellers. We're getting high speed of tape. Sell volume coming in nicely. Breaking the value area low of the week. I know we've only just started the week, so that's not really a great indication of anything. However, we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, we had big buyers step in here and they got wrecked. Doesn't mean they're not going to step back in, but the volume is seemingly increasing on the sell side. So let's see how we go. Like that the buyers are coming in aggressively here. One level I am going to watch is 430 because we have potential for reversal there. 430. So I'm going to put that there just as a little reminder that there's potentially a lot of buyers going to step in there. The reason I'm doing that, that's the value area low of the previous cast session. So I'm running $47 risk right now. I think I'm gonna just set that to. I'm gonna set that to break even, so we're risk free on this trade right now. I like that we're seeing the buyers here seemingly get absorbed. Let's see how this candle closes. We're getting a lot of volume from the buyers, but the price is going down, which means sellers are absorbing the buy orders that are coming in. So this is how you read a market. This is how you see exactly what's going on. Now we're seeing heavy aggression from the sellers. I'm just going to follow this down. It's annoying I didn't get on from the top of this session. If that's the top of the day, I'll be happy just for the fact that I've called it, honestly. So we're running almost $200 profit right now. Honestly, I'll probably take this trade and call it a day. I was a little bit overexposed on the previous weeks, so I want to make sure I'm in good habits for this week. 597 was my actual entry. Jesus, 50 points. Jesus Christ, that was not great on the entry at all. Okay, so we're starting to see aggression from the sellers coming in here. There's potential to add a contract here, but I'm not going to because of my risk tolerance today. Like, this would have been a nice area to add a contract. Volume on the 5 minutes, still nice. Let's just check, I've got 317 marked on my chart properly. I'm going to trail at 558. So we're in a little bit of profit. Because if we return up to that level, I think we're probably going to continue higher. But sometimes it's just nice to just call the, call the move that you want, even if you don't necessarily get on it all. But okay, buyers coming in aggressively here. Very high speed of tape for the buy side. Lots of volume coming in from the buyers as well, actually. As you can see on the CVD here. So sellers might be getting a little bit exhausted here. Retesting the sort of value area low of this move here. Yeah, very high volume coming in from the buyers. Are really trying to take over here. So this is what I'm watching when I'm saying there's high volume coming in from the buyers, and also the speed of tape on the right hand side. So when you're seeing big green candles, it means the delta for the buy side is higher, meaning there's more buy contracts being executed than there is sell contracts, or more aggressive buy contracts, meaning people pushing that market execute button. But if there's liquidity there to absorb it, that's what's going on. Okay, buyers do look like they're taking a little bit of control here. I want to see some aggression from the sellers step in here. We're risk-free anyway on this trade, so if we don't get it, we don't get it. But it would be nice, nice if we could continue following it down. In terms of targets, I mean, the target I've got set is a logical one. I'm going to set another little reminder at 360 actually, because there's a potential for reversal there as well. So we've actually come into the 430 level that I was talking about before. So I'm going to be watching what happens here. I think stops down to 528 now makes sense. So we're in $138 profit for the day. 523. Right, I'm going to put it at 523 just because that should class as a winning day on my Top Step account. So we've got buyers stepping in here, right on the sell zone. Buyers coming in quite aggressively here. But CBD is showing us that, you know, there's a lot of sellers here. I'm just very cautious. We're at the level I mentioned earlier, the value area low of Friday's session. So it's not impossible for a reversal to happen here. I'm gonna sharpen up this volume profile because I don't think all of this is really required. If we go there, we're looking to break this one now. Starting to push lower. Lots of volume coming in, but the sellers don't really seem to be getting very far with it. I think stops to 480 could make sense here. Okay, so we're in $237 guaranteed profit. If we start seeing very aggressive selling power, I may increase the target that I'm going for, but 265 would be the area. It's like another $100. It's not. And what I'll do is I'll trail very aggressively. So I'm going to bring 470. So I'm keeping those profits. Keeping an eye on the volume delta. As soon as I see that we're getting some form of exhaustion from the sellers, that's my clue to get out. I think 430 makes sense here. So I'm just following the trend, bringing my stops into profit, making sure that I'm securing some profits on the way down. Okay, we've hit my first level of where I would normally take some profits here. I'm going to trail pretty aggressively. I'm going to go 400. We are getting some buyers stepping in. We're getting a lot of buyers stepping in actually. So this is where I'm considering cutting the position, The fact that I'm trailing my stops here, so yeah, we're getting very aggressive from the buyers. The seller's going to be able to hold it. We're going to go towards full TP. We've actually broken the lows that I was watching. We're getting very aggressive here from the sellers, but we're not seeing much results, so I'm going to trail to 379. If we get a push below here, we're running to the bottom. Oh, okay, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to be very aggressive now and go to 336. So $500 profit. We're getting a lot of aggression from the sellers though, so I want to keep on this momentum. My next logical target would be 178. Okay, that's a clue to get out, I think.
Order filled.
Yep. Okay, that's me done. We hit full TP. That's exactly where I was aiming for. Basically called that whole move down. So beautiful trade. Nice 3R to start the week. And I am gonna take my profits and call it a day there. I might try and do a recap of this session. Yeah, that was beautiful, honestly. Beautiful trade. Yeah, there's not really much more to say there. I think, what was my exit? 339 was my exit, so maybe a little bit higher than full TP. There. Okay, so nearly a 3R, 2.83R. So, okay, I think it was actually more like that. Okay, so 2.5R. Nice trade, acceptable RR. Are we still going to push here? The reason we got rejected there was because there was a high. In fact, it wasn't even that high, really, was it? Let's see if we can. Oh, there it is. There it is. So I'll show you exactly why we got taken out by Delta. So if I flip over to my 5-minute chart, bosh. See this green line? This green line is in line with a very high. If I remove that and I'll even take off the price, you can see there was basically the last attempt for where the buyers stepped in before price started moving upwards. So if I put price back on, this move here, get rid of that. So that's where the big buyers stepped in to create this move, and you can see it moved up rapidly. So when we get back to a level where you've already had a high volume of buyers, you can expect they're going to step back in as well because they're wanting the price to go up. This was a beautiful trade, honestly. It was a nice little recovery of my account that I nearly blew last week. So it just shows you, you can recover accounts. So on that note, I am gonna call it a day. I'm not gonna get greedy, although I do kind of suspect this is gonna go further down the line. But as you can see on the 1 minute, if I zoom in here, we're getting massive absorption, actually from both sides. So there's a lot of buying and selling going on here. But that for me is a sign to get out. Let's see what I missed out on. I missed out on like $30. So okay, that's it.